I thought about a cute little title like EVS is triggered, but while I do like EVS, he doesn't take criticism well. It seems to be a common theme among artists. A few months ago, I had the most gentle criticism for a Comicsgate book. Let me tell you, it didn't go well. The dude was pissed, and he wasn't shy about letting me know. Which kind of made me wonder, are we not allowed to give even the most gentle of criticism to Comicsgate books? That Star Wars girl reviewed Cyberfrog, and immediately her words were taken out of context and used to cause a schism in Comicsgate. Cyberfrog is a great book written by a funny guy. 99% of the customers are going to like it, but no book satisfies 100% of its audience. And when you sold $800,000 worth of a book, who cares if a few people say it's not their cup of java? Just get to work on Rainbow Brute and Cyberfrog 2, The Rise of the Half-Blood Salamandroid. I keep hearing from people who wonder if it wouldn't be better for many Comicsgate creators to get off Twitter. It doesn't bring in much money. That's what YouTube is for. And it seems to facilitate fights, inter and intra Comicsgate. Nasser, who blocked me on YouTube for some reason, Ben Henderson, EVS, Mike Miller, Doug TenNapel, Doug Ernst, Cecil, Nurkish, Tim Lim, War Campaign, JDA, even Tug and Renfamous. Twitter seems to be partially responsible for breaking up friendships and partnerships. It's a miscommunication network. Anyway, that brings us to this tweet. Oh, that was an Alterna comic book called Cannon in the Clouds. I decided to start taking a look at Alterna because I thought, kind of in the back of my mind, I thought, oh, Alterna Comics, $1.50 a comic or something. How good are they really? Then I read about a half dozen of them, and I was shocked and surprised. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Are they? They're not better than the best of DC and Marvel? No, of course not. Of course not. Are they better than DC and Marvel right now? Yes, they're really good. Some of them are for kids, but some of them are not. Some of the ones I was reading, the Cannon in the Clouds, is kind of steampunkish vibe. I'm not sure what the genre is called. It was surprisingly good. I kept waiting for it to start sucking. It didn't. It was just a solid story, and it's $1.50 a comic. When people were telling me, "Oh yeah, Alterna's good," I think I'm like, all right, they're just being nice because Peter Simeti is such a nice guy. He's so nice, and he gets swatted. But then I read across a couple different genres of Alterna comics. And the only one I didn't like was obviously a kid's book. But the rest of them, they were good. They were good stories, decent art, no SJW politics. I was really surprised. I mean, people have been talking about Alterna for over a year now, and I just like an idiot, I just tuned them out. I just didn't even. I don't know why I never thought of them. So I'll take a look at that. And I realize good reviews are very boring. So I'll just take a quick look at some of the good Alterna books. They're good books. They're better than Marvel right now. I'm as surprised as you are. Anyway, this tweet. Like I said, I like EVS. The dude is a tremendous talent, and he has helped dozens of creators achieve their dreams of making a comic book. He helped Doug TenNapel raise almost $40,000 in one epic 8-hour live stream. I watched some of the live stream. Then I went walking the dog for 90 minutes, 2 hours. Came back, and the live stream is still going on. I don't even know if I stayed up for all of it. I think YouTube, it went to 8 hours, and YouTube just cut them off. That was back when YouTube had a limit. Now I don't think they do. Anyway, it was awesome. It was to see someone stay up for 8 hours and help their buddy raise $40,000. That was amazing. It's good to see people come together like that. That was Comicsgate when it was people were still. I don't know what happened to Comicsgate, but it was good in the beginning. Like for the first year, it was a really. I mean, I hate to sound cheesy, but it was a beautiful thing to see people come together. And then when all this fighting started, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. I like Mike Miller, and I respected Doug TenNapel, but I don't understand his actions. I don't get it. I don't understand a lot of people's actions in this Comicsgate. It seems like we're all adults. I mean, these people I'm talking about are all over 40. They all have kids, so they're all seasoned. You know what I mean? Shouldn't be flying off the handle. But anyway, more on that later. So this kind of fighting that you see on Twitter, It's oh, let me Gaylord, rainbow flag, heart, fire, war campaign. Gaylord for war campaign. Plant your feet firm, brethren, this far and no more. The line must be drawn here. There are 4 lights. Hashtag blame war campaign. Okay, so this guy chimes in. Gaylord is very, very funny. He's on YouTube. I think it's just war campaign. Kumar, I think. So this guy, The Ugly Truth, says, an effing year late and a shoddy, subpar product. Way to go, Ethan. You are effed. But he shows the comic book, but it's clearly not a shoddy product. I saw the previews, and I'm seeing the pictures that people are posting. It looks good to me, so I don't see what the problem is. Anyway, it's just one guy who's mad about something. Whatever, not a big deal. And then Ethan, the human sunbeam, chimes in. It says, Mark Pellegrini, I'm not that familiar with him. The guy who's writing Red Rooster hit like on that stupid tweet. F me, people are insane. Mitch Brightweiser and a couple other people come in. Here's the thing. This kind of fighting is beneath him. This is why people politely suggest it's better to take a break from Twitter. The human sunbeam doesn't need to fight with motes of dust. Ethan has been betrayed and backstabbed so many times, he should figure it's par for the course. Ethan should start telling his new friends, you will betray me 3 times before the cock crows. There are certain similarities between Ethan and Christ. He does seem to be surrounded by greedy Judases, all too willing to sell him out. I think Saint Cecil is the rock upon which he will build his church. Saint Cecil the wise, the chubby, the intoxicated. Yeah, this whole kind of thing. I've seen Ethan do this before, and it kind of surprised me when he does this, because he's, 45-year-old, wildly successful, more successful, not beyond his wildest dreams, because I'm sure he's dreaming very, very big. But this is just so beneath him. He has an $800,000 project. He's got, comics coming in all over the world. People respect him. He's a huge name, and to argue with someone so far beneath you, why? It just makes you look petty. Just ignore it. You don't need this guy. I don't know who this guy is. I mean, he's the guy who wrote Red Rooster. I don't know that much about Red Rooster, but Mitch Brightweiser and his family his wife seemed like nice people. Yeah, I would be disappointed and hurt. I don't know if I'd be hurt. I'd be a little disappointed. Hey, listen, not everyone in Comicsgate likes each other. They're not all going to agree. I look at everyone in Comicsgate, and I think I like everyone in Comicsgate right now. But, to be fair, I don't really know everyone in Comicsgate. And I realize a lot of people, War Campaign has been fighting with people, and that has pushed a lot of people out. And I also agree with the criticism of War Campaign. I don't think they should attack fellow Comicsgate creators, because you're just hurting business. Don't mess with people's money, and you're hurting the bottom line. So I get that. But they can also be really funny. And, part of it is people need to thicken their skin a little bit, and War Campaign just should stop punching, attacking fellow comics skaters. So it can go, focus. It, a little bit 6 1, half dozen to the other. And so all this does is foment discord. It starts a crack in Comicsgate, and then people like Keegan Hall come in, and they just start wedging the crack open. He says, you can't recognize that Ethan is attacking your brand by bringing up Red Rooster in his tweet. He could have simply called out Pellegrini, but he added your comic title to defame it. EVS is smart, knows exactly what he's doing. Shame on you, EVS. Yes, EVS is smart. I don't know if he knew exactly what he's doing. I think he gets mad. And when people get mad, they don't think, they just lash out. And I've seen him do it a few times. I'm always kind of surprised when someone does that. Someone so successful lashes out like that. What's the old saying? If you want to defeat someone, first you make them angry, because they're not thinking clearly. And that's the problem with Twitter, is you can post something instantly when really you should write it down, think about it, and then come back to it later that night. And really, for something like this, all right, one guy, one asshole, I don't know who the guy is. Maybe he's a nice guy. Maybe they just have a personal beef. Who knows? Just ignore it. Move on. Move on with your day, and just, go work on Rainbow Brute. People love you. People really like your product, and there's no need to I don't know if Mark Pellegrini is SJW or if he's Comicsgate. You can be Comicsgate and still argue with Comicsgate. Like I said, I like everyone in Comicsgate. The only people I can't understand is Doug TenNapel. I just don't understand why he did what he did. But again, it's not that big a deal. Doug TenNapel wants to go his own way. Fine, I wouldn't not support him because he's going his own way. He can do what he wants to do. He's not. I mean, like even Cecil and Nurkish, a project fell through. Well, that's not an irreconcilable difference. It's not a malum in se event. A contract fell through. There's no personal damages. I mean, the damages are very, very small between them. I mean, there's some hurt feelings, but it's not like Nurkish and Tim Lim went on Twitter and just relentlessly defamed Cecil. That didn't happen. They just said, "Oh, this contract's not going to happen." That happens to most contracts. They just fall through. It's a shame it happened among friends. We all liked Nurkish and Cecil. We wanted that product. We wanted Cash Grab to come out. I mean, we're upset about it, but if you tell me Cecil's going to work with someone else, Kelsey Shannon would be great. Or if Nurkish decided to work with someone else, hey, both those projects look good to me. Or even if Cecil and Nurkish got back together, that's fine because we're adults. We can, you know what? We can say stupid things. I say stupid things all the time, and then it gets called to my attention, and then I realize, oh, you know what? I was wrong about that. I made a bad take, and this just happened recently. I said something. I had some bad information. I mean, it was my own fault for not being more careful, and someone corrected me, and so I pinned their comment because they had their say their because I said something about them, so they corrected me. I pinned their comment to let everyone know that I don't have a problem being corrected or having someone say I disagree with you. Here's my point of view. Fine, because I'm an adult. We're all adults. Anyway, so he says, now I'm not attacking the Red Rooster brand. I'm reminding Mark that I'm a big supporter of said brand and don't deserve to be treated with that kind of disrespect. Yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, I guess you brought in Mitch Breitweiser and Red Rooster. Why? Mitch Breitweiser had nothing to do with it. He's busy working on his project. You should have left him alone. You should have left this whole thing alone. And then he's arguing with this guy. I don't know who Keegan Hall is. And Keegan Hall is being pretty reasonable. I don't mean to say he's causing schisms. He is, but he's being reasonable about it. And then Ethan is going back and forth with him. It's why? Just move on. Because then all these other people, the Cherries, I guess I wasn't paying attention when that whole Cherries thing happened. So I'm not really sure. It's someone who I guess was associated with Comicsgate. Now they're not. I think it's Midnight Cherry TV or something. I saw a couple of their shows a long time ago. They just did like historical on this day in history type shows. So I don't know anything about them. I don't know why they're fighting. The thing is with Comicsgate, it's like if you wanted to follow Comicsgate and report on it, you'd have to be dedicating several hours to it. It's not even possible to watch last year you could have watched 100% of Comicsgate shows because there wasn't even a live stream every night. Now there are multiple live streams. You have Mike Miller, you have Ethan, you can have John Malin, Cecil, that Star Wars girl, multiple live streams simultaneously. So you would have to do nothing but watch live streams, and there's just no time to do that and do anything else. I think Ethan, Zach, and someone else, John Malin, maybe they had a live stream when they went for 6 hours. Nobody has time for that. Though I will say that Sketch Therapy has a channel on YouTube where I think he collects highlights, and he'll do premieres where he'll highlight live streams, and you can watch that. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, this is it's just some seagulls yakking crap. Yeah, okay, just promote Malin, Zach, Cecil. Forget your pro friends. They're all Judases. Yeah, Space Garage. Good point. Focus on customers and potential customers. The jaded people will never buy your book no matter what. Stay strong. Absolutely. You just move on. With Cyber Backhole. There's no need for this kind of bickering. And there's no need for him to bring in people who are like Mitch Breitweiser. Leave him alone. Leave him out of it. Let him do his own thing. It's just petty. It's just, okay, this guy liked a tweet where someone insulted you. You're 45 years old, a millionaire. You're a millionaire at the top of your game. This is way, way beneath you. You're not a struggling artist. He's probably got $250,000 coming in from royalties every year guaranteed for the rest of his life. He's doing fine. This is so petty. Anyway, check out Black Hops. It looks good. It's a shame Timothy Lim, Nurkish, and Cecil had their little argument. And Ethan, he's got the biggest show on YouTube, deservedly so. He's very entertaining. So his campaign is kind of suffering because of it, only $10,000. That's a shame. He's a great artist. It looks good. Anyway, this is just a bad vibe. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys all next episode.